The abyssal comb jelly lives from 2,800 meters up to the surface, and it has a maximum size of 7 centimeters, which is also the same size of me. I am 7 centimeters. Its diet: other comb jellies. It lives in the Arctic Ocean, the Northern Pacific Ocean. This predator's pretty pink color is clever camouflage. The abyssal comb jelly patrols the midnight zone, searching for its favorite food: other comb jellies. When it finds another comb jelly, it opens its mouth wide. Rows of tiny hair like cilia in its mouth act like teeth to help take a bite of its prey. Though sometimes, if an abyssal comb jelly is hungry enough, it will swallow its prey whole. This predator prowls in dark depths where most animals can produce bioluminescence. A glowing gut would invite the attention of other predators. It's questionable. The crimson color of the abyssal comb jelly's stomach absorbs the light produced by bioluminescent prey, keeping the abyssal comb jelly camouflage. Gelatinous animals like the abyssal comb jelly have a large impact on deep-sea food webs. Jellies, comb jellies, and siphonophores are important as both predators and prey in the ocean's midnight zone. For our next animal, we will be looking at the angler siphonophore. These can grow up to 45 centimeters and live in a depth of 1,600 to 2,400 meters. Their habitat, the midnight zone. Their diet are small fishes. They live in the northeastern Pacific Ocean. This jelly-like animal fishes for its meals. Siphonophores are close cousins of jellies. They're fragile creatures composed of individual specialized parts connected to each other in a chain. Some parts pulse and steer the colony, others stun and ingest prey. Siphonophores thrive in the midwater where there aren't any sharp surfaces to damage their delicate bodies. The research has revealed a surprising diversity of siphonophores in Monterey Bay, and we've learned that they're important predators in the ocean's depths. Yes, they eat fish. So if you're a fish and your life is over, you know where to go. There's recently discovered new siphonophore species, including this especially cunning predator, the angler siphonophore. In a dazzling display of predatory prowess, it dangles luminescent lures that mimic crimson crustaceans and attract unsuspecting fishes. Zap! when a curious lanternfish gets too close. The siphonophore's tentacles deliver a powerful sting and snare a meal. Fish-eating siphonophore in the genus Arena snare small fishes in their stinging tentacles. This angler siphonophore measures about 45 centimeters long, while the upper half of the colony consists of swimming bells that pulse the animal through the water. The lower half carries hundreds of pale white stinging tentacles, which the siphonophore deploys to catch small fishes. This individual was observed at more than 900 meters, the image on the left. If it's Tommy, you would win. Why don't you go and try? All you have to do is drown yourself into the deep sea. Let's sink yourself with an anchor. Yes. Nature is metal indeed. Obscure Gothic industrial jet. To attract prey, an angler siphonophore goes fishing. It wiggles gaudy glow-in-the-dark red lures which dangle down among the tentacles on the right half of this photo. The photo on the right for the growing lead lures on the siphonophore. Let me paste the picture for you to see. There, these are the growing lead lures on the siphonophore. It's supposed to make the crimson crustaceans to attract the fishes, then zap, their life is over. For our next animal, we're gonna be looking at the balloon worm. So this one is only 36 millimeters and its maximum size. It lives in a depth of 300 to 2,500 meters in the twilight and midnight zones. So relatable. It lives in the Pacific Ocean. It's a jelly. It's an egg case. It's a worm. This balloon worm hardly looks like a worm at all. It lives in the midwater, the vast expanse of open water deep below the surface and far above the sea floor. This worm has evolved unique ways of living suspended in the water column instead of crawling along the sea floor. Most marine polyhedral worms, the much more elaborate relatives of earthworms and leeches, have a body that is clearly segmented. Their bodies are divided into many nearly identical repeated parts. Typically, each of those segmented parts is studded with several stiff bristles. However, the balloon worm has a bag-like body filled with fluid that, together with its thick, gelatinous coat, provides buoyancy to help it float in the water column effortlessly. Its smooth body lacks the obvious segmentation and the bristles of its bottom-dwelling kin, but if you look carefully, there is evidence of segmentation. Several repeated clusters of nerves spaced along the worm's belly. The balloon worm is a common and very abundant resident of the midwater. It drifts through the water, collecting and eating bits of sinking organic matter in a mucus net. This little worm is actually an important part of cycling currents, like carbon from the ocean surface to its depths. Kinda gross, you can see their gross little innards. Yes, they are kinda gross, but it's like gross in an interesting way, because it looks so freaky. You know, when something looks so freaky that you just you want to stare at it. I feel like it's that. The balloon worm looks very different from worms that wriggle along the seafloor. It's one of a handful of pelagic worms that live suspended in open water. Life in the water column requires unique adaptations. The worm's torpedo-like body is gelatinous, keeping it neutrally buoyant so it can drift in the water column to feed without exerting much energy. It extrudes a fine mucus net to trap bits of organic material or detritus slowly sinking from the ocean's surface. It is often observed with its mouth and tentacles facing up to help catch particles of food as they sink from above. There's little need for a vivisection to understand these. Yes, it is convenient to study them. Imagine if humans had transparent skin. I can't decide if that's hot or not. But I think it would be pretty gross to see, like you'd see when someone has to go. Your organs would be much easier to locate. That's so true. That's so true. Yes, that sounds very convenient. Yes. That sounds very useful. Many animals in the midwater feed on marine snow. The bits of poop, snot, and other organic material slowly sinking from the ocean's surface. The balloon worm appears to favor the fecal pellets from copypods and euphausids, but diatoms, dinoflagellates, regularians, and eggs have been found inside its coiled yellow gut. The balloon worm is just one of several species that thrives on the abundance of organic material sinking from the waters above. Sea butterflies and the pig buttworm also deploy mucus nets to collect sinking morsels of food. And giant larvacean builds an elaborate snot palace to filter bits of food from the water column. Imagine building an elaborate snot palace. These animals are important links for carbon transport from the surface waters to the deep sea floor. You were wondering about seeing someone's facial muscles instead. Yeah, I did not think of that at all. But yes. You can see its gut full of other organisms whose fastest common among deep-sea animals, the balloon worm is bioluminescent. When stimulated, it produces flashes of blue-green light across its whole body. This display presumably provides defense for the small worm. It would be a tasty morsel for hungry predators, but the flashes of light may disorient the predator so it can wriggle to safety. Next, we will be looking at the barrel amphipod. The barrel amphipod has a maximum size of 4 centimeters. Haha, smaller than me. It's a type of crustacean and lives from 600 meters up to 600 meters. Its habitat is the surface to twilight zone. Its diet consists of zooplankton, including crustaceans, cnidarians, pelagic tunicates, and other gelatinous animals. It can be found worldwide in tropical and temperate waters. This hitchhiker devours its host. The midwater is a vast expanse of water between the surface and the seafloor. There are few places for rest or refuge here. The barrel amphipod is a shrimp-like crustacean that adapts by living inside the repurposed bodies of gelatinous animals called salps. Yes, living inside repurposed bodies. Hi, welcome, Kiki Tofu. Welcome. We are learning about metal deep sea animals. The barrel amphipod is a good example of violence in the deep sea. The amphipod uses its sharp claws to snag a repurposed body, then rips out the soft tissues inside. But that salp is more than a meal. The barrel amphipod carries around the carved-out carcass as its home. It even remodels this shelter by reshaping the barrel and secreting chemicals to toughen the structure. Female barrel amphipods release their young inside the salp, and their hatchlings feast on the salp's tissues. The barrel amphipod has a small pair of eyes that look to the side and a second giant pair that looks up. Scientists have now shown that the barrel amphipod's unique eyes evolved to help see it from within its gelatinous barrel. Nice body you've got there. Would be a shame if I made it my home. That's right. This is a good reason to have a very unappealing and ugly body. So, if you're ugly, rejoice. You're less appealing to the barrel amphipod. Like, yes, hooray for being ugly. Yes. Science, understanding how deep-sea animals see the world around them has inspired the development of new artificial visual systems used in robots like the Mars rover and medical equipment. Yay, I guess. So you can see the first picture on the left. In that picture, the barrel amphipod makes a home inside a gelatinous animal. It favors salps but may also use a pyrosaur or a siphonophore for shelter. For females, the salp serves as a nursery too. So the image is a female barrel amphipod, about 1 to 2 centimeters, that has released her young inside her salp shelter. The young will feast on the salp's gelatinous tissues. Sharp claws help the barrel amphipod grip its gelatinous shelter. Swimming appendages called pleopods hang below, paddling rapidly to propel the barrel through the water. Despite their somewhat cumbersome confines, it is capable of impressive underwater acrobatics, including somersaults. Yes, very important information. To crave soft gelatinous tissue. Yes, yes, I'm sure that's not illegal to eat someone else's tissues. Yes. Let's go now. Parasitization for me. Moving around in a bulky barrel might seem awkward and inefficient, but the unconventional shelter of the barrel amphipod offers protection from predators and has buoyancy benefits. The salp tissues are generally more neutrally buoyant than the amphipod. The barrel's natural buoyancy means that the barrel amphipod does not have to spend much energy maintaining its position in the water column. So, you can see in the middle picture that the barrel amphipod peers out from inside its salp home with enormous eyes. You can see these 2 small compound eyes on either side of the head. It gives it a nearly 360-degree peripheral vision. A second pair of compound eyes, so large they take up and greatly elongate most of the entire head, look through the opening of the barrel to watch the waters ahead or above, depending on which direction the barrel is pointed. I'm cool. Thank you. I don't think so. The stare of death. Yes. On the right side, you can see that there is a projected sheet of laser light to get a detailed look inside the barrel. The amphipod's head on the left, the sharp claws, and the swimming appendages on the right appear inside the salp. Scans like this help researchers build 3-dimensional reconstructions of the animal to learn about its movement or kinematics. What is the barrel hydrodynamic? Well, we learned that they're capable of somersaults, so they're nimble enough. Thank you for the follow, Kikitofu. For the next animal, it's a classic. It's one of the fish in the most commonly seen fish in deep sea documentaries. As I love deep sea documentaries. So this is the classic barrel eye fish. Its maximum size is 15 centimeters. It lives in a depth of 600 to 800 meters and lives in the twilight or mesopelagic zone. Its diet consists of zooplankton, including crustaceans and siphonophores. It lives in the North Pacific Ocean, from the Bering Sea to Japan and Baja California. It looks like something out of a PS1 horror game. It does. These deep-sea dwelling fish can see through their own foreheads. Even in a world full of adaptations for seeing in near total darkness, the barrel eye fish stands out as one of the most bizarre. Two small indentations where eyes might normally appear on a fish are actually the barrel eye's olfactory organs, and its two eyes are two glowing green orbs behind its face that gaze up towards the top of its head. So yes, the green circles inside the head are actually its eyes, and it's basically looking through its own body. The fish can rotate its eyes towards the front to see its food when eating. Before researchers from the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute found this out in 2009, scientists originally believed that the barrel eye's gaze was fixed looking straight up. Researchers think that the fish hovers below a siphonophore's tentacles to steal food. Yes, why do the hard work when you can simply steal someone else's hard work? Very smart. Weird as hell. It does look freaky. It's a classic in deep sea documentaries for a reason. It's definitely one of the most alien looking ones. Yes. So I kind of don't want to go to the next animal. I kind of just want to keep staring at this funny guy. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him in his transparent head with his green orbs as eyes inside the head. And he can even move his eyes. Weird face. Sure. So for our next animal, we will be looking at a basket star. A truly funky looking fish. It's like you put it in a video game and call it a creature, and then no one's gonna bat an eye and think it's an actual thing. On the flip side, he doesn't need to blame. So the basket star is from the name, it's an echinoderm. So this one is 75 centimeters across. So it's that's like more than 10 opabinas. It lives on a depth of 100 to 1,800 meters. Its habitat is the seafloor, especially on seamounts and other rocky habitats. Its diet is plankton and other drifting material. It lives in the North Pacific Ocean. It looks kind of pretty, doesn't it? It looks very intricate. Falling asleep, learning about fish. Yes. Hopefully while you're asleep, when you guys finally fall asleep, I can finally start whispering. Stuff in your ears like, when you wake up, you will give Apovinia your social security number. Yes, it's my plan to bore you to sleep so I can finally whisper subliminal messages in your ears. So be careful. The long con. True. Echinoderms are the most alien thing in the ocean. Well, there's still too much in the ocean. We'll always find something freakier, maybe. A twisted tangle of arms captures a feast from the currents. I gotta stay up there. I shouldn't have told you my plan. Perched atop a coral or a rocky outcropping, a basket star stretches out its arms to trap zooplankton and other particles of food drifting in the waters overhead. A basket star's repeating branching arms bear microscopic hooks and secrete sticky mucus to help grab planktonic prey. After snagging a morsel of food, the arm curls into a tight knot and passes it to the mouth beneath the star's central disc. Classic villain mistake. No. We got her monologuing. No. Good thing I have a backup plan, and this time I won't tell you. But it's in motion right now. You'll never know. Basket stars are especially common at sea mounts. These underwater mountains deflect the currents running along the deep sea floor. Concentrating food and supporting a rich community of life, corals and sponges thrive on seamount slopes and provide refuge for countless fishes and invertebrates. These deep-sea oases are threatened by fishing gear and climate change and may soon become targets for seabed mining. Look at them. Look at these pictures. Don't they look very intricate? They're like pretty. They're like pretty in a weird way. Snoop, do you see it? No. You wonder what it'd taste like? Why is that? When you see something pretty, the first thing you wonder is how it tastes like? What do starfish taste like? I have no idea. Next, we will be looking at this animal, this very, very aptly named animal. Big red jelly. Like, that's an easy name to remember. Big red jelly. And this one's huge. Its maximum size is 1 meter across. It's found at the depth of 600 to 2,100 meters typically in the midnight zone. Unstoppable human instinct to eat anything. This is why humanity is on top of the food chain. Liftable. I don't know. I think you're lacking a dimension in order to lift this guy. Its diet? Unknown. Its diet is unknown. Like, because its diet is unknown, it could be anything. It could be you. It could be your parents, your children. It could be your sister. Until science figures it out, it could be anything. Looks like meat. Red looks like raw meat. It's found in the North Pacific Ocean. Giants lurk in the ocean's mysterious midwaters. Could be a cat. Go away. Yes, it's a giant. It's giant. Imagine. While surveying the gumdrop seamount of the Central California coast in 1998, MBARI spotted an unusual and exceptionally large jelly. This crimson creature was a full meter across. Unlike jellies that dwell near the ocean surface, this one didn't have tentacles. Instead, a cluster of finger-like oral arms dangled beneath its bulky bell. What do we call it? A big red jelly. That's right. What's this exceptionally large jelly that was crimson colored? Yes. Need more naming schemes like this. True. Imagine how much easier science exams would be if it was easy to remember creature names. You have survived, and hello, hi, Aurora, welcome. We are learning about deep sea creatures. Still better than the names they give to spiders. A closer look confirmed this was a new species, and one that had actually eluded scientists 5 years earlier. Detailed video observations captured by robotic submersibles helped formally describe this unusual jelly. Scientists have since spotted this jelly across the Pacific Ocean, from Baja California to Hawaii to Japan. That something so big remained undiscovered for so long shows how little we've explored the deep sea. Five-eyed little squiggly thing is my favorite scientific name. That's a lot more syllables than 5 though. Look at it, imagine you're sinking in the deep sea, everything is dark, and you see this giant red blob with its wriggly fingers. You know, honestly, it looks like something you could bounce on. It looks kind of bouncy. I'm sure it's not. But it looks like something that would be nice to bounce on. You could use it as a parachute. That's true. That's true. Especially because we're all like short here, right? We're all small here, and tall. We're not tall humans. None of you are taller than me. Yes. Looks like a shroom, it does. Probably easy to bounce on if smaller than it. Yes. It's like my years of video gaming, platform gaming has like... This looks like the thing you bounce on platforming games to get to the higher platforms. Sure, just give me your time. Twitch notification was 47 minutes late. I thought YouTube was just a bad one with notifications. It's all never. Yes, I'm glad. I'm glad none of you can look down on me. Gamer brain rot. Next, we will be looking at the blood belly comb jelly, which looks like... I'm so sorry. It looks like... I'm so sorry. You see it too, right? It looks like... The blood-red stomach disguises the glowing prey inside. The bloody belly comb jelly. Its maximum size is 16 centimeters, with a depth of 250 to 1,500 meters. It lives in the midnight zone, in the twilight or mesopelagic zone, including the oxygen minimum zone. Its diet? Unknown. Found in the North Pacific Ocean. Patrick, now that you mention it, it looks like a jellyfish. You had hydrodaction surgery just so you could look up to me. Thank you. All of you should cut off your knees and below. Yes, to make me feel taller. Yes. You like me enough, right? You'll do that for me, right? Truly designed by God this one. Hello, you're late. The BBC channel. You're 100? No, that's a lie. That's a lie. I don't believe you. I've seen how you look like. You're a small, light-haired creature. I've seen your character. Used to be 6'8", but you're committed. Thank you. You should all be committed. Many of the deep-sea animals the bloody belly comb jelly preys upon can bioluminescence or create their own light. The translucent predator needs to conceal its stomach or risk its most recent meal lighting it up from the inside out and alerting potential predators to its whereabouts. Red is nearly invisible in the deep sea, so the vibrant crimson that gives this comb jelly its name is actually helping it hide from its predators. Bloody belly comb jellies are ctenophores, not true jellies. Unlike other comb jellies, they navigate through the water by beating their shimmery, hair-like cilia. Thank you for the follow, Scarecrow. You rhymed it on purpose. And yeah, look. I'm so sorry. It's like I'm so sorry, this picture, like it's not enough that it's two spheres. It even has to have an elongated thing on top. Like it's like I don't have a dirty mind, but it's you can't help it, right? You can't see this and not think that it looks like a banana apple. The hydration. What do you mean again? Yes, I'm thinking of a term for this. You know what they call when the thing has width but it doesn't have length? Like there's a term for it, right? There's a term for that. Like I keep thinking it, but I don't want to say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it. I'm gonna switch slides and not say what I'm thinking of. Cherries, you're all perfect. Not me. Leave it for the imagination of the viewer. Meteor. Yeah, it looks like a meteor. I'm gonna change to the next animal before I end up saying anything. So our next creature is a bomber worm. Like the bomber worm actually has a pretty funny scientific name. I mean, I just think it's funny. It's a swimmer. Yes, it's a swimmer. You're proud. Yes, it's better to come to terms with what you are. Yes, self-love is important. Guy I love to see and go through airport security. Sounds like a Super Mario enemy. Yeah, it's a bug. So the bomber worm is a worm. Yes, surprise, it's a worm. Its maximum size is 30 millimeters. It can be found at a depth of 2,700 meters to 3,600 meters. Its habitat is the benthopelagic. So the benthopelagic are the waters just above the seafloor. It's found in the northeastern Pacific Ocean. Worm fried rice. It does look. It does look like it would be nice deep fried. Yes, it has a lot of surface area from the spikes. And if you make the spikes crispy, you'll have a lot of crispy bits. Yes. Would you still love us as we were power worms? What do you mean still? Do you think I love you? Like if you ask, would you still love us? You're like assuming that I love you in the first place. What if I hate all of you? Ever think about that? Ever consider that, huh? I'm just kidding. I do love you. I think she would eat as if we were bomber worms. You know me so well. Crispy. Point proven. Oh, favorite bomber worms. Would you still love me if I were a worm inside a rabbit's gut? Well, very specific. You'd be inside your own gut. And below deepens. True. The heart becomes fonder. Yes, the heart becomes fonder when you're absent because you're being digested. When danger approaches, it's bombs away for this worm. The Midnight Zone is a world of total darkness where predators lurk in the shadows, ready to pounce on prey. The small bomber worm, the swimmer, SP, swims in the waters a few meters above the seafloor. A wriggling worm is exposed out in the open, but it has a secret weapon to avoid becoming a meal for a hungry predator. Where does the article sound like metal lyrics? Well, nature is metal. Now we just need some highly distorted guitar riffs in the background. As a gun. It is a gun. A bomber worm has 8 sacs of bioluminescent fluid just behind its head. When disturbed, it releases a bomb that bursts with a green glow. While this light show distracts the predator, the little worm makes a quick escape and paddles to safety. A flashback worm. That's a very good way to describe. Giving cute things a gun, it's many demographics. I'm not cute, but I have a gun and I'm not afraid to use it. Neon fart. Yes, if you saw neon fart, wouldn't you be mesmerized? Would you be mesmerized by fart? Yes, I'm sure you guys are into that. Oh, it's defensive. Lame. What's with the crash? I'm sorry. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm saying. While they're relatively recent discoveries, these bomber worms aren't rare. They just live at extreme depths below 2,700 meters. These remarkable but elusive worms underscore how much we have yet to learn about the Midnight Zone. That's a rising star. More than likely, wait. You can dive that deep easy. Yes, I'm sure your body is built to withstand the pressure. Yes, it would be fun to watch you slowly get compressed by the pressure. Yes, make sure to vlog it live. Make sure to vlog it live in Twitch so that we can watch you. You're built different. Isn't it interesting that even creatures that aren't rare are recent discoveries? Just cause it's so hard to explore the deep oceans. Like, isn't that interesting? Like, imagine if we haven't found all the common creatures. Imagine all the rare weirdos lurking beneath the depths. Like, imagine. Isn't that really cool to think about? Therefore, dolphin. Oh. 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 Yeah, that's very rough. A lot working out in the hyperbolic time chamber. That's so wild to think of. It is. You have rare weirdos at home. Is that where you found you? Excuse me, I'm a very special species of Opabinia, the only type discovered that can meow. There's another reason to nuke the deep ocean. You just want to nuke something. I think you're just trigger happy with the nukes. Don't give this guy the codes. The ocean's so big, you just want to run around in a submarine and explore. Or like a coelacanth, finding super old species. Oh my god, this reminds me, the Japanese plushie company that I really like because they make prehistoric plushies. They have a coelacanth plushie too. I need a coelacanth plushie. Are you an undiscovered creature? Yes, you must not tell the scientists about me, or they'll put me in an aquarium and perform experiments on me. Don't tell the scientists about me. This can be our secret meeting, like a special secret meeting. Fortunately, you don't have gills. Don't worry, just stop breathing. Simple as. You won't inhale seawater if you just stop breathing. Simple as. You might feed you fish. I got a really cute Ankylosaur plushie and I love him. That sounds very cute. But there might be a reward for the discovery. No. If you report me, I will track you down and I will kill you in Minecraft. Is your life really worth it? Simple as. When threatened, a shining bomber worm drops small sacs that burst with bright green, luminescent fluid. The flash of light in midnight waters may startle or distract any would-be predator while the worm paddles to safety. It carries 8 bioluminescent bombs. After a worm deploys a bomb, it can grow a new one in its place. Scientists believe the bombs may have been gills that evolutionarily transformed over time. Although bomber worms lack eyes, they have developed a novel bioluminescent defense mechanism. Like, I don't need lungs, I need bombs. Hooray for evolution. Like a green shag carpet top pillow for the cyanobacteria. When our Automod sucks, they got your comment for a shag. 2 centimeters, 7 centimeters of your fury. You want to make a plushie for stromatolites. Yes, if your plushie doesn't exist. You just have to make it yourself. Appa's existence is the reward. We must keep her safe from scientists. I like this guy. I like this person. This Ai Sakamoto-san. Sounds like an honorable creature. It hates disabled and carpets. I can't believe this. yeah, it hates the word carpet. Most worms live on the seafloor, but instead of crawling around on the mud, the shining bomber worm uses large paddle-shaped appendages called parapodia to swim through the water several meters above the seafloor. Long, bristly chaetae extend from each parapodium to help the worm propel itself through the water and may also defend against predators. The shining bomber worm is a polychaete worm. Polychaete worms come in a variety of shapes and sizes, but almost all have stiff bristles called chaetae, probably pronouncing that wrong, running down their sides. For a bomber worm that lives in a water column, those long bristles help propel the worm through the water and may also defend against predators. For our next animal, another classic that we see in, it's commonly featured in documentaries, the common siphonoform or the Nanomia bijuga. So many ocean worms indeed. This guy's great. No one can pronounce weird names. That's why we get things like big, red, jelly, yes. Big red jelly. We love siphonophores. They are a very interesting example of working together. The magic of friendship, yes. Working together with the magic of friendship, yes. The cell phone tower worm. Alien little creature. Yes, creature, quotation mark. Burb, okay. Burb indeed. So this maximum size is 30 centimeters or 12 inches. It lives on a depth of up to 700 meters. It's not a burb, it's a worm. Thank you. Thank you, Professor Kai. Thank you. Habitat. Its habitat is the surface or the epipelagic to the twilight or mesopelagic zone. Its diet is plankton, especially krill, and it can be found all over the world. What you're getting from this lecture is Lovecraft, that's right. This little siphonophore has a big impact on deep sea food webs. Siphonophores are delicate drifters made up of specialized segments that work together as one. These animals are like living commuter trains. Pulsing bells up front pull a long chain of segments specialized for feeding, defense, and reproduction. Siphonophores are deadly beauties. Like imagine if you're the segment and your only purpose is reproduction. Yes, sounds like a life. These words are so cool. What? Oh, I see. A single animal is part of a colonial animal. Your only purpose is reproduction. Why does Don sound like he has a traumatic experience? Yes. Siphonophores are deadly beauties. They cast a net of tentacles to snare prey and are important predators in ocean ecosystems. The common siphonophore is one of the principal predators of krill. At times, this species can be quite abundant. Combined, the numerous Nanomia eat more krill than all the whales that gather to feast in the Monterey Bay's fertile waters. Imagine, you're stealing all the whale food. Stealing all the whale. Imagine being so tiny, like you're just part of. You're just part of a 30 centimeter siphonophore, and you're just a tiny part of it, and you're like out eating the whale. Little tiny guys. Whales can stand to lose some weight. I mean, look at them. Hey, you can't just tell someone they're fat. Not alive. The small siphonophore, only about 30 centimeters long, is a sit-and-wait predator. You mean lazy. Yeah. Don't call them lazy, call them sit and wait. Yes, politically correct. We'll be taking all the whale's food until they give you back meats. It casts stinging tentacles that are lined with knobby tips. They do have an interesting shape. They look like a decorative string of glass. I don't know. Those bumpy bits resemble tiny shrimp-like creatures making tasty bait for hungry plankton. But it's not a very patient predator. If nothing comes along in a few minutes, it retracts its tentacles and tries in another spot. Okay, it's not that lazy. Imagine smacking someone with a siphon. Like a Prince Rupert jaw. It does kinda look like that. It looks very delicate. Yes, the friendship is magic animal. Hi Paul, what are you learning about today? Hi, we are learning about deep sea creatures today. Yes, welcome. Oh, I saw a creature that you might like. You might like this one. Yes, I will not explain, and I will move on to the next creature. The crystal amphipod. Looks like it would bounce if you threw it. The little siphonophore. So this one is the crystal amphipod. The jelly. So this one is, it's actually, this one's a type of crustacean. Little fella, it is 15 centimeters, so twice my size. Not that small. Massive, actually. Amphipods. I wonder if I placed the... Did I place the other? Oh, yeah, I did. We did cover the barrel amphipod a while ago. Those jellies are cool. Yes, they do look cool indeed. So, the crystal amphipod can be found at a depth of up to 1,500 meters. Its habitat is the mid-water and it feeds on gelatinous plankton. It can be found worldwide at tropical and temperate waters. Today's one is transportation. Yes. Yes, bounce. Oh, you mean this one? Yes, yes, I'm very good at animal taming. Trust me, I have. Animals fear me. Yummy jelly treats. This living jewel hides in plain sight. Life in the Twilight Zone is a constant game of hide and seek. The crystal amphipod, or the cystosoma, combines invisible armor and giant eyes for a winning strategy. Imagine not choosing a seahorse as a transportation. This looks cooler than a seahorse. Look at it. It's like it looks like glass. I'm gonna lurk for a bit and get back. Thank you for the lurk, and thank you also for being here all this time. Amphipods are shrimp-like crustaceans. You're too busy. Oh no. Cystosoma is a deep-sea hyperid amphipod. Most of their cousins grow no bigger than your fingernail, but the crystal amphipod can fill your entire hand. Cystosoma are also unusual because they swim freely in the open water. Many other hyperids are hitchhikers, taking advantage of nearby jellies for food and shelter. Living out in the open requires the crystal amphipod to become almost completely transparent. Their exoskeleton is covered in microscopic shaggy structures or a fine coating of biofilm. Tiny spherical bacteria, only nanometers in diameter, work like anti-reflective coating on eyeglasses to help cystosoma camouflage in an environment that is solely lacking in places to hide from Imagine you're driving an invisible car. It's like that SpongeBob episode. Your voice is soothing me to sleep. Thank you for the nice way of saying, guys, don't tell people they're boring you to sleep. Tell them their voice is soothing you to sleep. Yes, thank you. Oh, that's cool. They use jellies as shelter. The other ones, the smallest alphabet. Hey, I'm gonna send you Warren P. Bunyan for slander. Send warning. Too real. The crystal amphipod's eyes are massive and cover up to a third of their body, helping them find transparent prey in the dim, down-welling light. Their retinas are spread out into a thin sheet of tiny dots to reduce their shadow below. Yeah, even their eyes have to be reduced so that they won't cast a shadow. It's calming. Hi, Leia Kismo, thank you. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for the follow, Napoleon. Cystosoma mothers, like all amphipods, typically carry their babies within a special sac on their chest, even at the risk of blowing their invisible cover. Because her babies are reflective and visible to predators, the mom does not brood her young for very long. She likely drops them off on a gelatinous host when they are quite small and leaves them to grow on their own. Wow, these babies are useless. Yeah, just shoot them off. Just throw your babies away. Jellies are on the menu for this crystal amphipod. We have observed Cystosoma using those sharp pincers to tear bits of gelatinous tissue of a comb jelly. Very metal, very violent. So that's why they're called crystal. Their defense, their camouflage is looking like a crystal. Yes. The crystal amphipod faces a fragile future. As industries look to the deep sea floor for mining precious metals, mining metals will release plumes of dirty wastewater into the ocean's twilight zone, clouding the crystal amphipod's vision and interfering with their invisible superpower. Look at them. They look like... Don't they look really cool? They look like glass. Imagine looking for your prey and they're in front of you. It's just that you're looking right through them. Isn't that a cool camouflage? Well, at least they will also be harder to see. So, yes. Yes, for our next animal, we will be looking at cats. Yes, cats. So, the deep sea cat shark is a fish. Deep sea sharks are so cool. They are. Yeah, where's John Cena? But So that's true, that's true. Its maximum size is 90 centimeters. It lives in a depth of 200 to 2,200 meters. Its habitat is the sea floor, with a diet consisting of invertebrates and fishes, like crabs, squid, octopuses, other invertebrates, small bony fishes, and even other sharks. Ain't no cat like you ever saw. I think, Kai, you just live in a very, you just live in a very weird continent with weird creatures. The cat shark looking adorable. It does. It looks very petable. You're true. I do like wounding people with my words. It brings me joy whenever I wound any of you with my words. Kinda looks like a hairless cat. Cat-like eyes help these sharks see in the dark. Deep-sea cat sharks, family Pentanthidae, prowl the waters just above the deep sea floor, searching for small fishes and invertebrates. Keen senses help them find prey in these dim depths, much like the eyes of house cats. The eyes of deep-sea cat sharks have a mirrored lens to see better in the dark. Called the tapetum lucidum, this layer of tiny crystals behind the retina reflects light back into the eye to improve vision under low light conditions. Like other sharks, deep-sea cat sharks also have a sixth sense, tiny, gel-filled pits known as the ampullae of Lorenzini under their snouts can sense the electrical impulses of prey, revealing a meal buried in the mud. It's a very what a name for a part of your body, the ampullae of Lorenzini. Who is Lorenzini? Kai lives in the wrong neighborhood. Got away through the snake and spider pit. Guess this is your hermit. Sucks to be you. I'm just kidding. Wait, is your kangaroo in the show? Scientists have described more than 100 different species of deep-sea cat sharks from waters around the world. In fact, deep-sea cat sharks represent the largest family of sharks alive today. Most are small, typically only 80 centimeters. They often have a long, slender shape with dorsal fins set further back on their bodies. We have encountered 4 different cat shark species off the west coast of the United States and the waters around Baja California. While many sharks give birth to live young, most cat sharks lay egg cases. But cat shark mothers do not incubate their eggs. They deposit 2 egg cases at a time and leave them to develop on their own. Tough keratin, the same material as human fingernails, protects the developing embryo inside. The pouch is full of babies. Just throw the babies out to make space for you. You're more important, surely. Twisted tendrils anchor the egg case to sponges or corals, but sometimes a mother cat shark attaches her egg cases to other egg cases. We have observed large chandeliers of leathery egg cases hanging from the rocky ledges of canyon walls. By leaving her egg cases dangling in the currents, a mother cat shark reduces the risk that her developing young will become fouled by bacteria. Imagine like, what a great mother of the year. Just leave your egg case dangling in the currents. My job as a mother is done. Yes, very mother of the year. Survival of the fittest. The babies provide no tactical advantage. So true. This is why I will never have babies. I need all the tactical advantages I can get. Shark omelets on the menu. For our last animal of tonight, we will be looking at the deep sea skate. So this maximum size is 2 meters in total length. So yeah, this guy is pretty massive. 2 meters. It can be found at a depth of 15 to 3,300 meters. Its habitat is the seafloor. Fishes and invertebrates are its diet. Bony fishes, cephalopods, crustaceans, and worms. It can be found worldwide. Rolex chill, it does look chill. Can it do a deep sea kickflip? Why don't you go try and do a kickflip on him? I think that depends on the skill of the skater. Why does it remind me of a manta ray? I mean, because it's flat. Okay. I mean, it's related to rays. So rays and skates. Oh yeah. So these relatives of sharks and rays favor particular neighborhoods on the deep sea floor. Skates are fishes related to sharks and rays. They have a flattened body with a pointy spade-like snout. They swim and glide using a pair of large wing-like pectoral fins. Skates are found in a variety of ocean habitats around the world. While we know a lot about the skates that dwell in shallow coastal waters, we know relatively little about those that call the ocean's inky depths their home. Observations from advanced underwater robots have provided valuable information about deep-dwelling skates. Video recorded by robotic submersibles is cataloged with detailed environmental data. At least 6 species of deep-sea skates live off the California coast. Each is adapted to a particular habitat and specializes in a distinct diet. We often encounter skates resting on the sediment or skimming across the seafloor. Along with their broad pectoral fins, some skates use their pelvic fins like legs to maneuver while hunting along the bottom to propel themselves off the seafloor when danger approaches. The abyssal skate even uses those pelvic fins to walk up the rocky walls of submarine canyons. Yeah, imagine using the fins to walk. Like, I bet it looks stupid when it does that, but if it works. A striking, ghostly white coloration makes the spiny skate easy to spot. These active swimmers hover and glide well above the seafloor, while their relatives tend to stay close to the bottom. This species is especially common in rocky lava fields and is known to reproduce near hydrothermal vents. The vents bathe the skate's leathery cases in warm water, speeding up the development of embryos inside. The rough-tailed skate is especially tolerant of low oxygen environments. While other skates may occasionally visit these oxygen-starved waters, this is the only species that can stay there consistently. Climate change threatens to expand the ocean's oxygen minimum zones. Learning which species can tolerate these hypoxic conditions helps us understand what biological communities may look like in the future. Yes, those are the deep sea skates. They only do that when nobody's looking. Yes, this is the final animal of today. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much for learning about all these animals with me today. Thank you for coming to this stream. Thank you for learning together with me. I really like learning about weird animals. There's just so much we don't know. There's just so many weird things out there, and it's just so amusing to know what exists out there. Thank you for coming, Adan. Thank you, Don. You feel so learned. Yes. Make sure to ace the exam. I will send after the stream, or else you will be sent to the dungeon. Yes. Thanks for all. Thank you, Kai. And thank you also, Aurora. And thank you so much, Paul. And thank you so much, Ratty. And thank you so much, Mas. Try to do also the creature. That was a nice stream. Thanks for the learning material. Thank you. Thank you, Kataro, as well. This one will be easier than the last exam. No. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for keeping me company today. Have a fish-tastic evening. Yes, have a fish-tastic evening, everybody. See you next time. Thank you. I'm really happy you spent so much time with me. I really appreciate it. See you.